Morning. So workout 3, it's going to be sort of glutes and core work, and then there's a little bit of conditioning at the end. So you're going to start off with a dumbbell sumo deadlift, and you're going to superset this with a hollow body hold. 4 sets of both. You've got 12 reps of the sumo deadlift, and then you've got 30-second hold. So sumo deadlift. So sumo stance is when your feet are wide apart. That really works sort of your inner thighs. Feet are pointing out. Just like you would with a deadlift, push your hips back, pick up that weight, slight bend in your knees, squeeze your glutes, nice and control back down. You're going to do 12 of these. Keep those shoulders back and down, so don't let your shoulders kind of hunch forward. When you pick up your weight, you're kind of leaning forward. When you start the movement, or before you start the move, sumo, roll your shoulders down and back, hips go back, hold your weight, squeeze that bum and stand up. Nice and control back down. You'll feel it in your hamstrings when you're at the bottom of the movement, and then you squeeze your glutes to obviously get up. So you're going to do 12 of those straight into hollow body hold. So we start off with option 1. So option 1 is your knees are bent, your hands are by your side. You really squeeze that lower back into the ground, and through that you should be able to lift your shoulders off the ground and be in this hollow body shape. If that feels comfortable, take one leg out, and if that feels good, take second leg out. But the whole time your lower back has to stay pinned to the ground, and then arms up over your head. If you're doing this right, it's a killer of movement. And if you're feeling nothing and you're like, that was easy, then something's not right. Really create tension, really squeeze that back down into the ground, and you will definitely struggle holding it for 30 seconds. I mean, you will feel it. So you're going to do those 2 movements for 4 sets, and then you're going to move on to more glute work. So dumbbell Romanian deadlift, and then glute bridge. So with the Romanian deadlift, we're going to start with the kettlebell at the top. Your feet are sort of hip width apart, shoulders back and down, bum goes back, less of a knee bend on this movement. You can see my back is super straight. Take it as far as you can. So for me, it's just below the knees. I can feel the tension in my hamstrings, and I stand back up. You do not need to take this back to the ground. This movement helps sort of build strength in your lower back, in your glutes, to help that deadlift. Okay, so you're going to do 12 of those. Then you're going to go into 4 sets of 12 glute bridge. And on this one, both feet stay on the ground. You can have obviously a weight to make it harder. But on the first set, I always say start unweighted. You've got 3 more sets and you can add weight on. So hips go up, tap the floor, hips go up. You do 12 with a 1 second pause at the top as you squeeze your bum. So keep your knees up the whole time. When you come up, don't let your knees sink in. Your feet are planted nicely onto the floor, directly in front of your knees. So that's sort of the 2, A and B are the sort of the strength movement. And then you're going to go into part C, which is the conditioning. So there's 3 movements. You're going to do 3 sets in total. You're going to do 20 reps of the first 2 movements, and then 10 reps of the third movement. The idea is you do round 1, have a short rest, round 2, short rest, round 3. Each of the rounds, go for it, push yourself, go fast, So you actually like, it gets your heart rate really high. This is meant to be sweaty. This part is meant to be hard. It's not slow. But just make sure your form isn't compromised. So you're going to start off with 20 kettlebell swings. So remember, the kettlebell starts on the floor like a deadlift. You push your hips back, grab that kettlebell, scoop between your legs, and 20 reps. Once you've done 20, you go straight down into 20 crunches. You're going to come back up straight into 10 sprawls. Nice and fast. Once you've done one round, you rest, and then you repeat that again for 2 more rounds, so 3 in total. So enjoy. It's a bit of strength work on this one and conditioning.